What up? What up?
What's going on?
How you doing? You like that?
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
hear that? I couldn't hear that on my end.
No, you can't. No. Right. I usually don't hear the intros on my end.
All
So
right,
what's up,
cool.
bro? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. It's a Monday, so Mondays is always tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough for me too. I'm already tired. I do about 10 hours a day at work. I wake up like 4 in the fucking morning.
You're like
All
me.
right, man. So thank you for coming on, bro. I appreciate it. You know,
No problem.
awesome of you
Glad
to
to be
do
here.
that. Yeah.
Glad to help.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, this is Mighty. I just call him Mighty. I don't do the whole Mighty comic books and collectibles. So this is Mighty. Well, you know what? Tell us about yourself, man. Tell us what your content is, the style of your content.
That's a good question because if you asked me that about 6 years ago or so when I started this thing, it was mostly just unboxings and talking about comics and showing people what I was interested in. But now it's kind of grown into something almost like a platform. Um, Something that I wanted to be entertaining to people. I wanted to give information to people. So to me, it's like
Right.
everything that has to do with nostalgia and the things that I enjoy now and growing up as a kid. So that's really what my channel is all about. And, just come and hang out, have fun and hopefully learn something and be entertained.
Yeah, that's why I like your channel, your content. I found you through Wahoo. So I don't know if you know Wahoo Comics. So there's
Yeah.
Wahoo Comics, and I found him because he reacted to Daniel, and so I would watch Wahoo stuff. I saw, oh, this guy makes me fucking laugh, and then you popped up on the feed. So that's how I found your channel. That was like about a year ago. I think you had like 13 something subs. I was like, oh, this, like now it's a decent sized channel. So I started watching and watching, and I was like, oh, I was like, oh, this is my type of shit because I'm 48 years old. I think we're the same generation. Um, and I'm really, really nostalgia based. Like, I love the era of toys we played with, right? G.I. Joe, He-Man, Mask, Silverhawks, like, dude,
Thundercats.
it's like I still remember walking into the toy aisles, bro. Right?
That's what it was all about. It's like the greatest time of your life walking through Toys R Us, looking at all the stuff they have that you can't have that now. Like these kids don't understand what it's like to go into a store like that and just spend your time looking around.
Yeah, so my mom, it was always like we go to the mall every other weekend, and I always remember going to the mall, going to a toy store, but at the same time I'd go to I think it was Walden Books back then. I don't know if that was a national chain, but they always had the spinner racks, bro. So it was like it was double fun for me. So yeah, so you say being funny, you know what? I like when you do the segments, man. I almost wish you did them more.
Which
You know,
ones? The
the
comic community news?
yeah, you know, I like those, dude. I wish you did do them a little bit more. And that's my next question to lead into that, because let me ask you this: um, how much do you like drama, like the community drama, the crash out shit?
I
Because
don't.
it's levels of it.
It's entertaining. I'm gonna say that, and I think anybody who says that it's not, they're full of shit.
Yeah,
100%. It is 100% entertaining, especially if it's really done right.
yeah,
But there are times it goes too far. Don't get me wrong, and you just cringe when you hear something or when you see something. But a lot of it is just guys just bickering back and forth about their feelings on something. But somebody usually takes it a little bit too far when they make a comment, and that's the thing you got to capture. So I enjoy watching it. You've seen my spoof, and that's what it
yeah,
is, a spoof, because you're just kind of bringing to light what's going on. And I like making fun of like CGC. I like making fun of CBCS. I like making fun of all these bigger companies who can handle their little missteps that they do. That's part of it. It's not just the drama with the community members. It's the drama with, the whole comic book toy collecting, comic book collecting nostalgia world. Even PSA has had issues back in the day for card grading. So there's something always going on. I wish that's something I could do more of, but two
Yeah.
things. Not a lot of people watch it. That's the first thing.
Right.
And two, there's not a lot of drama that happens all the time for me to do that.
Exactly. Okay, so you said going too far in the past. So how far do you think it's gone? Like, give me an example of some drama content that you think went too far.
Like, I don't mind, like I don't want to bring up an exact thing, but you referenced it last week on your channel. What somebody said, he called somebody a name, and I thought that was taking it too far. Whether he did it on purpose or not, definitely you can't go that far, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
bring up Sticky, because even when he did that roast, it wasn't. I didn't think he killed anybody to the point where anybody should be grossly offended. Like, there wasn't anything that was too bad. I mean, from my recollection, a couple of the guys I knew took it as like what it was, and then a couple of
Yeah.
people got mad. But like, I didn't go too far. I always say, if you made that video, you got to be doing something right.
Right. Yeah. I would agree. I mean, I like the boldness of it, honestly. Like, for him to do that, and I thought that said a lot. It showed a lot. I was like, oh, look at this fucking guy, because like I didn't know anything about that. You know, sometimes it hurts my nutsack when I gotta say it, but this fucking, so he does that, and I discovered, I was like, because I like to think that I was in a little bubble of content of who I was watching, right, and primarily Beyond Wednesday and others, and so I saw that on a drama segment, and then I saw it again. I was like, man, who is this dude? So I went and I found it all, and then I saw it all, whatever, and it got me to the point where I was at, but. Look, dude, my thing with him, because you asked it, I never answered it. It was just I wanted to see if he would troll back to anybody. That's all that was really for. Did he cross? He crossed the line a little bit with Biggie. That's just me. But I wanted to see if he would use the shield of subscriber count. That's all it was. It was just troll.
But do you think the subscriber count means anything? Because I'm a good reference point, because it took me forever to get where I am, and I just literally tonight crossed 18,000 subs.
Yeah.
I was stuck at like 2,000 for 4 years. So we're talking about in little, maybe under 2 years, around 2 years, I picked up 16,000 subs. So it's not that, it's really how many people are watching your channel.
Right.
So I don't think anybody should throw around, sub count. It's more of how many people are watching your channel.
Well, when it comes to trolling, I think there's a difference. I don't think if you're gonna troll, if you're gonna do like that roast, then I would assume. Well, I think you would know that somebody out there might be like, well, let me clap back, right?
Nobody
And
did.
I think there was a time where he welcomed it, but it was too low. It was too lightweight. It was too more of like, no, you know what I mean? I wanted to see what it would be like if they came at him aggressively, right? But whatever. But I don't know, man. I think that it is fun and it is entertaining. But I think back to the subscriber count, I think is based on the person's content. Like, I like your shit. I like Immortal Biggie Shaq. I have a lot of people who I watch, and I watch a lot of stuff. Some people I can't watch. Some of the bigger channels I can't watch, right? But I think it's based off your content. But I don't think subscriber count. I mean, I don't think it really matters. I think we're in a space, and we're in such a small bubble, man, that I think if okay, you got 16,000 subscribers, great. But I mean, you're still mingling. We're still all watching each other. So
it's funny you say that. I don't mean to cut you off, but like,
no, go ahead.
are we all watching each other? Because I don't know that that's the case. Like, there are certain people that I watch, and there's a lot of people that I don't watch. I'll give an example, because I didn't know Beyond Wednesdays until somebody else brought it up in a chat. Like, that channel never got recommended to me. Really? And like, forever, I didn't know who he was. And then all of a sudden, somebody, said, oh, I forgot how it came about. But then I found his channel through that. I'm like, oh shit, like, where has this been? So now I watch Brian all the time. Now, I don't really watch some of his industry stuff, but the other videos that he does, like, I always listen to them on the way to work. I can't catch him because he does them late because I go to bed early. But I'll always listen to them like the next day. So there are so many great channels out there that nobody even knows about yet. I
Yeah.
personally, I don't watch a lot of live streams because
Mm,
it seems like everybody just does a live stream like that. Their show is a live stream. And
right.
one, a lot of the times it's late. Like I said, I have to catch it on the rewind, or if they're doing a live stream, it has to be something that I'm interested in. If you guys are just hanging out talking BS, and I'm probably not going to hang on for long. That's why I do a lot of like tape stuff, because I find that more entertaining. But everybody's different. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just everybody's different.
Right. You get, yeah. I understand it. It's funny because I fuck with Brian, and we were talking, whatever, and I was like, yeah, Mighty, and he was like, he didn't know, like he was another one that didn't know of
Yeah.
your channel, didn't know of maybe some on this side, as I like to call it, or so it's weird how all that worked, dude. Like, uh, it's just so many channels, bro, and so many people watching different stuff. You know what I mean? So what does Biggie say here? So out of the 60 or 70 disrespectful jokes, about 5 or 10 memorizer was lighthearted, and around 20 was just as bad as it gets.
Is he talking about the roast? I didn't think it was that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going
Well,
off memory.
right. There was some he did some uppercuts, bro. He did some like low jabs specifically at people's characteristics and shit. Um, but it just depends on, how you take it. That's how I see it. Some of it was lighthearted, you know what I mean? But some I could tell by as I found their content, I could see what he was doing. I was like, oh damn, bro, you went there. You went there. You know what I mean? And then so he got a little feedback, and then he just kind of cherry picked who he responded to, right? So, but yeah, well, I mean, shit. Since we're on that one, dude, I was gonna hold it, but fuck, bro. Okay, so I think, look, there's some people that want to know that day, dude. So, okay, here's the thing: you put that out there, and I was like, wait a minute, he's really asking. You were welcoming any type of content creator on or whatnot, but it smelled like drama. It smelled like, you know what I mean? You were putting that out there, like
You talking about the live we did?
yes, I'm going there because I was gonna save that question for last, but fuck it,
No,
let's just go.
I wanted
Yeah,
the smoke. Like my intention with that video was more to have people on, and I want to get people to do better on YouTube. Like I said before, my watch time on YouTube doesn't want to sit there and just hear guys have a conversation about what's going on in the community or comics. Like a lot of people do. That's just not me. So like I want to see a little effort put into videos. I want to see people come out here and like, this was this week. If they're talking about new books, that's why I kind of like Brian's show, is because I'm getting information I'm not getting anywhere else.
right,
So that's what I look for in videos. I want to get information I'm not getting anywhere else.
right. Yeah, I try to be. I don't know, man. I've done my own thing, dude. I just fucking do it. I didn't really think about it. It's literally crash out shit. I just say, fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Everybody starts there.
Yeah,
Everybody starts
I
there.
would see how it plays out. I know it's drama related, and I use my experience with Happy Renovision, being exiled, as I like to call it. So it works for me, because I'm just playing a character at times. You
So
know
let,
what I
let
mean?
me, again, that's another channel that I didn't know anything about until I
Really?
saw Brian talk about it on his show.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened between you and them either. So you might,
yeah. I just got kicked off live. I took it and ran with it. That's all. You know what I mean? And I just said, "Oh fuck," That's why I'm really into drama, bro. Like I get into it because it's like I got made fun of. So we're making fun of each other out here. Well, fuck it, then let's do it. You know what I mean? That's just it in a nutshell. I do love comic books though. Like as you can see behind me, I'm addictive personality. I love comic books and I love nostalgia and I love toys and I love movies and I love. I'm an '80s baby, dude. That was my prime, right? That era, the GI Joe, Smurfs, bro, Snorks, Care Bears. Come on now. You
oh
know what I
God.
mean? Remember the
Yeah.
bears that came out of the tree?
Yep.
Yeah. I always forget the gummy bears, bro. Come on, balance in here and everywhere.
Did you
So,
watch My Little Pony as well?
no, I did more. What was it? What was it? Redheaded on CBS. Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, Strawberry Shortcake. Or there's
Yeah.
the other one, Pippi Longstocking.
Oh, I did do Pippi Longstocking, bro. Okay, so in LA, because that's where I'm from, right? So there was a guy who come on. He looked like a Navy dude, or like he looked like an old time sailor, and he always announce Pippi Longstocking, and he do a camera. I don't know if that was regional or was just local to like Southern California.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
I didn't.
dude.
I was just. I'm breaking your chops because
Bro,
I live with my cousins growing up, so they were girls, so they watched that shit. But I was, of course, I know who the Care Bears are. I watch the Smurfs all the time. Still an underrated cartoon. I did a video a while back about the top 10 cartoon villains of the 80s and 90s, and Gargamel made
yeah,
that list. That's how good that show was.
yeah. Gargamel was a beast, bro. He literally
Yeah,
wanted to eat the Smurfs. Like
great,
people
great
forget that. Like he
character.
wanted to cook them, boil them, shish kebab them. Yeah. So yeah, man. So you know what? That's one thing I did notice about you. Like, because I do feel that people in the community, I think they worry about their sub count. It means a lot to them, and they can hold themselves higher. Okay, how about this? Do you think there's classes of community, right? So do you think there's like a high tier, there's like a mid tier, there's like a
So
low tier?
I don't consider the people to be low tier, mid tier, high
Uh,
tier. I believe the content is either high tier, mid tier, or low tier. So it's not about the person, it's about what they're putting out there, the content. And that's the one
yeah,
thing that I learned
fair.
doing this for 6 years is that you can start out making not good content. I think everybody starts out making not good content. Nobody comes on and just like on fire as soon as they come out of the
Yeah,
gate.
right.
If you make good content and it's watchable, and a lot of times, more importantly, it's listenable. And that, I don't think listenable is a word, but you get what I mean. You can listen to it while not watching the screen. That to me is what's important. So
Yeah,
that's where I'll rank the tiers of like the guys who like I can listen to it all the time. I could watch it all the time. There's a mid tier, like they'll throw me a great video on something I'm interested in now and then, and it looks good. And then they'll throw me some shit that I don't even want to watch. And then there's the bottom where there's like, they just come on and do whatever and just and people may like that. I just happen to not always be interested in that. So that is how I would rank it by if
Mm,
I want to watch it or not. That's all. Not about people. I don't know 90% of the community. There's some guys and gals that I've met that I'm really friendly with. And now me and you have started talking a little bit as well. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's more what it's about. The one thing I've said when we were on the live with me with Razor
Oh,
and MJ and Sticky was that, when I was going through like 1,000, 2,000 subs, like I reached out to people and nobody even responded to me to like give me advice, come on my channel. Like, I'm always the first person to say yes, especially now that I'm at where I'm at subwise, and the subs don't matter. It's the views that matter.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like, I'll like, if anybody asks me like, what can I do better? Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see you take someone's advice and be like, yeah, let me do this better. Let me grow my channel a little bit, because that's what's more important. I think you'll get more sub counts by having good videos than you will about just coming on and talking about stuff.
yeah, yeah. No, I get, dude. Like I get it, dude. I got buddies. You know what I mean? I joke around and call it a whisper cell, but I
Yeah.
got buddies, dude, and they help. You know what I mean? Tremendously, dude. Like it's me. It's what I say. I got no ghostwriters. It's me. I say it, but they help. I got buddies that help, and that's like it's funny because that's my experience in this communities, dude. Like I'm not even comfortable being on camera, bro. Honestly, like even when I
That's
was
it.
with Brinovich Vision, I was like, oh man, I would do the avatar, then then I wouldn't. But this time around, I'm like, fuck it, bro. You know what I mean? Let me just say, fuck it, go with it, do it, crap, whatever I want to do. But this time around, I found some good buddies, man. Made some friends, you know what I mean? And they've helped me make my content look a little better.
Let me
You
ask
know?
you a question. It all depends on what the person's goal is, right?
Okay,
If you're what's your goal being on YouTube? Let me ask you that.
dude. I don't know, bro. I'm just having fun. You know what, dude? I saw an opportunity to take my experience, what happened with Renovision, and see kind of what happened to the sticker people, and let me jump on in there. Exactly what I did, bro. I have a whole fucking. There's this thing I want to do with. This is one thing I do want to do, and I have a way. I have an idea how to do it. Is I literally want to take every fucking channel and put them like display it on screen, whether it's planets, like a quadrant in space, like um lives, pre-recorded, a bunch of fucking channels, right? Because I have like 100 channels on paper, right? Because I literally did get in my head when the roast happened, and I found all these fucking channels. Unfortunately, I got to credit fucking Daniel because I dug into who did he make fun of, and I found a bunch of channels, bro. I was like, where the fuck? Again, the algorithm not doing its thing. I'm like, where the fuck has these dudes been? And I found like they were more friendly over here, more welcoming. And I started writing down channels. So if I had one goal in YouTube, it would be to try to do that. Like I could use CapCut with it. I fucked around with it with planets. You know what I mean? That'd be the only really thing I'd say I'd really want to do. But right now, bro, I'm just hanging out. I'm just jumping on the drama wave. I
So you asked me the question about like, do I think there's like a ranking in the community?
yeah,
I think that like I said before, it's part to do with like how much effort and stuff people are willing to put into the videos. I think the drama stuff, it gets views no matter what because people are always going to be attracted to that stuff. But then you get in a situation like where Sticky had is like I didn't know who the hell he was before he started doing the drama stuff. Like I literally like he
yeah,
had a lot of he had more subs than me.
yeah.
Like before that, because he was doing a lot of content comic stuff. And I guess it's who YouTube, sends your way to view. But like once he started doing that, it was like you had to watch it. You had to see what was going to happen next.
You did, and I just wanted to push him. I want to see what he do because he could say. I mean, okay, let's just look at the optics, how it looked. You could cloud chase doesn't work because I was part of a channel. I actually have lore. I was kicked off live drama, right? Went through it, whatever, whatever. And so I'm watching this guy roast everybody and be really like, kind of be combative, like if woke it mean. But I always felt, but you're fucking cherry picking. Just regular people in the community, just minding their own business, doing their own channel, and you're coming at whatever, whatever. So then, the whole I met Biggie, right? And then, it got more intense, more intense. And then when I finally said, you know what, let me see if this guy will troll back anybody that comes at him aggressively. And I just tried it. And I was practicing content, right? I was doing it myself at first, you know what I mean? Doing it the way I did it. And then I got the whole idea of battle tactics. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking clip them. You know what I mean? I did it to fucking learn how to do content at the same time trying to play a troll character in a community. Just giving another perspective on drama, bro. Straight, that's just what it was, right? I think the
But
dude's fucking funny. Like his
part of it, part of it is very funny. But like I said, when it gets to a point where it crosses the line, that's where people start going at each other. It's hard to keep up with some of it as well because it's coming from all angles at times. Like I clipped a couple of things that I put in those comic
yeah,
book community news things, but like it seems like there's something happens every week, but nothing to the point of that video, which kind of brought everyone out of that out of their shell. Like when he put up that video, people were like up in arms. But the funny thing is like before that, he
yeah,
did a video, and I mentioned this before, of Bryce Comics and Swaggle like in imitation, and it was entertaining, I'll say that. But like I actually put a message in the video saying, listen, did you got like run this by them before you did that? Because it was funny, but at the same time, like, you know what, if somebody said to me, dude, beforehand, I'm gonna make fun of you, I'm gonna imitate you on camera, just so you be aware it's gonna be funny, whatever, I'm all fine with it. Like, go for it. Like, I think that's funny. Like, if someone's trying to imitate me, I think that's like, I've made it. You know what I mean? So I
right.
just like, but
Well, yeah,
if you do it without asking, and like you're kind of asking for a
right.
little bit of trouble.
See, he called. I don't know. Did you ever see the rap battles, bro, between him and Immortal Biggie Shaq? Bro, he
No.
called Biggie retarded. And so again, so that was the thing that really that's the one that kind of pushed me over. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. All right, maybe now what they say about you is true,
But
right?
wait, was the comment in like the rap, or was it
Yeah,
just in?
straight out, bro. Street. Hey,
So,
man.
so, so what did I didn't watch it, so I can't answer the
Okay,
question.
so
What did Biggie
remember,
say in his?
I love this discussing drama lord. So okay, so remember earlier how you said that a word was used, right? I'm not gonna say that word. I'm not gonna reference it to what happened
You,
last.
you know what it is. Last week the guy was on, and
Yeah, yeah, it was PDF.
it was rough.
So big. Okay, man, fuck it. Biggie don't care. He's drama. You know what I mean? He's a battle participant. So yeah, he used it on him. In fairness, prior to that, I think Biggie did the first rap battle, and Sticky, to his fucking credit, did a little rap track. It was, produced. It was it was funny, whatever. But he did call the homie retarded, and it's like, bro, come on now. And then
But
so
I don't know. I feel like I've called people worse in my life than
in
calling someone
I
just.
grew up. If I would have played with you as a kid with GI Joe toys, bro, I probably would have called you retarded a few
I
times.
fucking call people retarded now that I work with. Like,
Right, exactly.
I'm a boss. I say, "We fucking retarded." It's just how I am. It's how I
Yeah.
grew up.
Oh, I get in
It's not the
trouble.
end of the world.
No, I get in trouble for my language at work. You know what I mean? That's because I work with a bunch of fucking lazy people. But whatever. But so I mean, I think that was crossing the line because you referenced that what was crossing the line. And my bad, because I assumed that maybe you might know some of the lore, but nah, bro, he is who he is. You know what I mean? And it's but hey, he achieved his goal. You got to give him respect for that. And that is to be always mentioned anytime there's drama.
His content is actually
That motherfucker's
good.
right there.
There are some videos he puts out that I'm like, oh, like I can't. I start listening, and then this is not just him. This is a lot. Like I would say, 90% of the community, even shit that's not related to comics, that people just like. If within the first 2-3 minutes, if I'm not hooked or if something's not going on or it's very monotone, I can't listen to it. But like there are times where he's put out a video where it's like you have to watch it to the end, and that's what you want on YouTube.
Right. Well, the last one he did, bro. The last the last one he did, dude. I'm like, oh man.
I don't
But
even know who that guy was.
you know what? I would say if I would have been because here's the thing. Let me just say this. I don't know what you. So we'll get to that. But one thing you did accomplish, and it kind of pissed me off, was in that whole thing. I heard something in his fucking voice, bro. Like hurt, anger, resentment, and something when he was talking about you built your channel off my back. And you know what I mean? I'm done, dude. I'm done. Either he's a decent actor or that was real. So when that happened, I was mad at myself for showing weakness, bro, because I was ready to just keep going. Because I was gonna clip the fuck out of that video and just clip it to where all the best crash out moments and then but then I was like, this motherfucker, you know what I mean? And it messed me up, bro. It slowed me down. And that's why I was like, you know what? Let me just chill a little bit, right? You know what I mean? Because it's like it is just drama. I wanted to entertain. I wanted him to let's go, bro. Let's see what you could really do when it came to that.
Why don't you invite him on your channel?
No.
Why? You want to get views? You'll get views if he agrees to go in, and you guys should split the profit on it.
He's got me he's got me blocked on IG. And he just like he barely just bro. I think no, I'm not scared. Come on now, bro. Please. Here's the thing with him. He won't come down. So that's the thing. See, bro, you're able to mingle. When I saw you on Razor, I was like, okay, mighty. Here's the thing. I feel like you want to be more part of the community. Would that be fair to say?
I think I'm already a big part of the community. And when I say that, I don't mean it like how many messages I get on Instagram or through emails or through whatever, people asking me for like comic advice or grading advice, or if this is a good deal, if that's a good deal, at least 10 a day. No joke. So like, I feel like I've always been that way, but my channel, I have like greater aspirations. I put a lot of work into like the videos that I put out. So like, I want to keep going. I want to be on Tom's level of the quality of shit that he puts out. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I do realize that like, it's not going to happen just with comics. That's why I talk about everything. And my biggest videos have nothing to do with comic books.
Yeah, they're He-Man.
He-Man, Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
Like a big video on like displaying your comics.
Yeah, because you're appealing. Well, I guess I don't know. To me, it's all the same. That's why, like, again, that's why I watch your shit, because it's nostalgia based for me, because it's the same era. Again, you give me anything He-Man, anything G.I. Joe, I'm in. I wish there was more of it. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Maybe there has been, or maybe people moved on from that type of content. I don't know, but that's nostalgia drives a lot, dude. You know what I mean? If I could put something together for G.I. Joe, I would, I
think with the move, anything that movie related to nostalgia is still doing well with content. I don't know what the fuck's going on here with my camera. I keep going in and out.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I don't know if it's me or if it's a StreamYard, but I find that odd because I'm not moving.
Well, I did. I did had it. Well, you were here. We had issues earlier. I don't know what the fuck. So
I find that while comics are like obviously we all love comics. We want to talk about comics. There's only so much content you could do, right? That's why I think a lot of guys come on and they just want to talk about it, have a good time, because there's only so much you could do. You could talk about new books. You could talk about the industry. You could talk about vintage. You could talk about price. But what else is there? Like, you talk about variants. Like, there's only
Yeah,
we could talk about movies.
bro. That's why. Hey, man. Look, I don't know how long. I don't know how I could grow what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. So it's really, honestly, I say that I'm not really about this. It's good to see. I track my views. Of course, I pocket watch myself, and I know what does good, what didn't, and for what I'm doing to get, it's just basically drama based. So I think I want to do comics, but like I like fuck, dude. I want to talk about like I want to talk about War of the Realms. Like, do people want to hear a deep dive War of the Realms, but then I'll say, well, maybe they do, because what if it's presented well? You know what I mean? What if it's packaged well? What if we go deep into like War of the Realms and show shit like that? That's what I really want to do, bro. And I want to go digging. See, I like to sell my flip, bro. I flip my way to some of my keys and shit like that, right? I just haven't been able to flip to 181. Actually, bro, because I just don't. I don't want to pay 2,000 for a low grade book, but that's what I want to do too. I want to go dig, show it. Now that there's good people in this community who teach how to do shit. I know how to edit and do all that, right? So I can go record it off my phone, see what I find. I want to reference others, content creators that I like watching that do that that talk the variants, talk the reprints, the second prints, and I want to go try to find them for cheap. And then,
I think we're all flippers to an extent, right? We all have that. Oh, if I find fucking $20 comic in a dollar bin, we're all gonna fucking pick it. Every one of us is picking it up. So we're all doing that stuff. It's just like, I feel like a couple of years ago that type of content was really what people watch, and now I'm not too sure. I don't really see too much of it on my feed. The only person I see who does like digging is Mike from Lunch Money Comics. He's got a lot of videos going to like cons and shows and digging and finding what he's got, but maybe they're just not shown on my feed. I don't know.
Yeah, I just found somebody, but he does a video every so often. I can't think of his name, but like what I like to call from the Flipperverse. There's a Mercenaut. He does that type of content, right? He'll go and show what he found. He'll say if he found it for cheap. He'll know the market. See, that's the bubble I come from, right? That tells from the flip side era. Brian McClay, Beyond Wednesday, entering my ops in Renovision, them. It was a lot of that. It was variants. It was second prints. It was anything that had a secondary market value. And I love that type of shit, because I'd go hunt in the Chicago area, bro. There's like 20 plus stores, dude. And I had a good time, bro. Right before the pandemic, man. During the pandemic, I had a good moment in finding shit.
That's how everybody was. That's like from 2018 to like 2019 and change. Yeah. I was doing the same thing. I was picking up crazy stuff for cheap, keeping it, and then in 2020, like everything exploded. You could sell it for like triple, quadruple the price.
Right. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I'm a whisper cell question. Because you got some big books, bro. And so
I have a few. I've gotten rid of a bunch.
Yeah. So wondering, did you just say? I mean, I don't want to flat out ask you how did you get your books. I'm not trying to pocket watch, but you got some books. So did you flip? Did you buy in at the right time?
So people who watch my channel know that like I traded like 13 books and some cash for a Batman 1 at one point. I bought I traded for a Tech 31 from another book that I had. But the rest of the books I've had for a long time. I literally am down to like my ASM 1 through 301, AF 15, Hulk 1. I have a conserved coverless Superman 1 and a couple other books, and that's all I got. Nothing else.
Oh shit. Nothing else, huh?
I got rid of my Batman 1, my Tech 31.
Are you reading books right now?
I read new stuff. I don't buy back issues to read them, but I'll go on like trade paperbacks if I'm going to read something, hands down, because I can't buy single issues and I can't get to my LCS every week. or every month for a new issue to come out. It's just impossible for me. Like literally, I was just there Saturday, and I
Yeah.
hadn't been there in 2 months. So it's just like if I buy something to read, it's going to be 9 times out of 10 a trade paperback or something that somebody recommends me.
I was thinking about going digital. Did a whole little video on it, bro. I just can't. I
It's
had
hard.
30. I had 30 years not reading comics to come back into 2015. So I just love bagging and boarding, bro, on the weekends or on a Sunday with coffee. Hear my kids, run me ragged because they fight over everything. I got two boys, they're back to back, like Irish twins, right?
They're
And
young too.
oh Jesus, and I'm bagging and boarding. I just love it, dude. I'm hanging out with the fellas in the whisper cell, just chopping it up. You know what I mean? I'm bagging and boarding, bagging and boarding. My problem is I'm about to accumulate a long box of books that I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind on everything that I've been reading, but it gets expensive, man.
It does.
Three
And
ninety nine,
that's
4.99.
another, and they're growing up again. So that's another part of it that nobody talks about is the cost to even just get one issue every month for, a year. And then all of a sudden nobody buys just one issue, right? They're going to buy 3, 4, or 5 a week, a month, whatever it is. That's a ton of money. And to me, I'd rather take that money and buy a vintage comic book that at least I know has a significance. That's just my opinion. Other people are not like that. They just want the constant reading, which is okay too.
Yeah, but I've cut back a lot. It's just too expensive, dude. Like I'm literally down to like maybe about 100 or so a month, right? And I'm like, dude, I just got to buckle down because I get, dude, I want the reprint. Like the Transformers was the last run that broke me. I said, this is too much. I'm obsessed. I got to stop. I was buying every fucking reprint. Like Transformer, like the first 5 issues, dude, I got like second to third to fourth up to the 10th print of any of them that came out.
Why?
For no reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a sickness. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's addictive personality. And then I tell myself, bro, it's been worse. Like I flipped like I could go get me a 181, right? Half of it would be my money and half of it would be what I've sold for, more or less. But I can't justify buying. I can't spend $2,000 on like a 2.0.
Yeah, I agree.
You know
Even though
what
I
I
think
mean?
you can get a better grade than that now. 2000 probably get you like maybe like a 3.0, I would think. I don't know. I haven't checked on that book in a while. It's
Oh
come down.
no, nah, bro. It's for 3.0, probably 2.5, close to 3 with the
Really?
stamp. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it without the stamp, dude.
No, of course, no, never. And you know what I mean? Never, dude. And I'm like, oh, I could get a 129, you know? Yeah. See, like it's just, it is what it is, bro. But I do enjoy the hobby and I enjoy the space that we're in. I enjoy the community that we're in. It's just a bunch of eyeballs, bro. It's like if we all go to the same fucking high school. And it's just it's funny. It's like I can see certain channels that hang out together. Because I watch
Who hangs out with who?
I got an see, I got something for that. It's gonna be if I could pull it off, it'll be funny.
I don't know who hangs out with who. I can't.
Oh, I'm on the streets. Man, I'm on the streets. I'm on the comic book YouTube community streets, bro. I'm like, you like Star Wars?
I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm like obviously I've seen all the movies,
Yeah.
obviously the original trilogy and the 3 after that, but I haven't watched anything after that because I didn't like the
Well,
last 3 movies.
so Coruscant is like it's like the city planet, right? So I'm on the lower levels, and I watch everything. You know what I mean? So I see like channels that hang out and others that don't. You know what I mean? And it's cool though, but that's like community. That like how is that not supposed to happen? Like you in this space, since I've been watching it to being able to get an opportunity to come on and try to do it to where I'm at now, it's interesting because I watch everybody now almost, and I could see how it looks as a viewer. Channels over here to hang out, channels over here. These guys that where the drama really. So like a group of chat. It's like how am I finding Mortal Biggie Shack? I call that the 31393 because I have this whole thing of like whatever. And so there's this group and they mingle a lot. And I was like, oh man, I remember when I first discovered them, I'm like, oh dude, because I went through what I went through. And I was like, dude, that's if you guys all hang out together, drama's going to erupt because that's too many of you guys hanging out. You know what I mean? There's going to be gossip and shit. And then that's what makes me laugh because we're all a bunch of just comic book people, you know, but others, you know, drama erupts and people want to make fun of each other. So then it becomes fun. You know what I mean? That's all, you know, it becomes fucking fun, dude. So well, back to that day. So so I never asked this. Did you ask fucking Daniel beforehand? Hey, dude.
I said I'm going live. I sent him the thumbnail and I said if you're interested in coming on, and that was that. And I didn't know if he was going to come on. He said shoot me the link, so I thought he might come on. But then you popped in because nobody was coming in, so I think you popped in because nobody was on. I was just BSing, so you popped on, and then he popped on, and then MJ popped on, and then Razor came on later. I think Razor came on because he saw Sticky on. So
yeah. Well,
I would still like to just have him on one-on-one and just have a conversation. Doesn't have to be about the drama, just have a conversation. Doesn't have to be live either. I would love to have him on and just say, I'll tape it. Let's come on and let's talk about everything because I think it'd be great television.
You should ask him because I mean, dude, you got him to come on and you didn't tell him the optics of the situation. You said, hey, dude, or did you tell him? Look,
no, I sent them the thumbnail. And the thumbnail said it all. There's no holds barred and whatever.
Yes, it did, bro. Yes, it did. Yes, it
did.
Like
I said, my intention with that video was I wanted to talk about what I kind of touched on today is how like a lot of the comic book YouTube content is not good. And I don't mean to be an asshole when I say that because it's not. But like I said, if you could put out good content, and I'll tell you what I think is good content. Comic Tom puts out great content. DJ Links, whether you like some of the stuff he talks about or not, he's phenomenal to watch because of the editing he puts in. It just sounds good. It looks good. If you're interested in what he's saying, it's good content. Tom, he puts out 2 videos that he's been putting out for 6 or 7 years or 8 years, whatever it's been. And like, it's the same 2 videos for 8 years.
Right. Well, because he cornered a pocket, almost a staple. It's like a trademark, almost. So it's his thing. And bro, you know, like he was one of the first guys I found, ironically. So I don't really, and I watched him for a long time. I preferred watching him because his herky jerky, you know, after a while I was like, oh fuck, dude.
I get it. After 8 years, it kind of becomes whatever. But if you're watching that for the first time, it's literally done to perfection. Early on, everybody watched Gem Mint, what he was doing, like during COVID, like. Yeah. His New York Comic-Con video, or when he went to that show and walked around and talked about everything, it was phenomenally cut. It sounded great. The music was on point. Like, that's the type of stuff I want to watch. So, like, my whole point with that video was to, like, I want to talk about with a bunch of people in the community what you watch, why you want to watch it, why you like watching it, what you don't like. And I wanted to bring up the fact that, like, why isn't anybody trying to kind of, like, be creative? Because that's what YouTube is supposed to be about. Yes, of course, we're going here want to talk about comics, collectibles, whatever, but YouTube is about being creative, not just come on here and talk. At least that's my opinion. Some people, just like I said, they want to hang out and that's totally fine, but they shouldn't complain about sub count and view count then.
Well, yeah. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I like the hangout shit, but I like a wide range of things, bro. So, I mean, that's why I like some of the pre-recorded content. And I like the live because the live, dude, it's community based.
It's a hangout. Exactly. I like to do it occasionally too. Like I said, I like to come on and just do whatever.
Yeah, you get here, chop it up, whatever you want to talk about, this book, whatever. Like, I don't know if, you know, but I get what you're saying. It has to be good, bro. And I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I'm just having fun. So I'm almost not even worried about.
And then it shouldn't matter.
I think I've gotten
shouldn't matter.
Better. Yeah, I think I've gotten better. And it's just drama shit, but you know what I mean? I can quickly pivot to whatever else because, you know, I have things I want to try to do, but I'm not in a hurry. I'm just taking my time. You know what I mean?
I don't mean to be like, you know, everyone has to do whatever. I'm just saying that, like, if you're just coming on YouTube just to talk and hang out, that's totally fine. But don't complain. Like, nobody should be complaining about like subs and or whatever, because if you're coming out to hang out, it's not really like content based. It's more like, let's come on and let's just hang out. It's not like YouTube's not pushing my video out to people out there because they don't want to watch it. It's just because it's me and my buddies talking about the thing we love. And I think that's awesome. Like I do it sometimes too, but like that shouldn't be in consideration when we're talking about sub count and about view count because it's not. It's a hangout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this MJ. Yeah, so oh my God,
MJ, what's up, brother?
man, how you doing, MJ? Fellow Manchester United fan, bro. Soccer. You know what I mean? They're like the Yankees of England, kind of.
Everybody hates the Yankees though. Even I'm from New Jersey, New York, and you know I'm a Mets fan. I don't like the Yankees.
I'm not I don't I used to hate on them back then, but not so much, bro. I mean, you know, they're not the same as they were in the 90s. You know what
No,
I
I
mean? That
know.
was a dynasty, bro. That was a fucking juggernaut. It sucked. Even though you were neutral, watching them win 4 in fucking 5 years, it doesn't happen in baseball, right?
It's a definition of team. That team.
That team, bro, was National League style baseball. It was Joe Torre and
There were
they
there
they
were there were no stars. Oh,
none.
Jeter was the only star. Like that's how good. And Mariano. Mariano was a star.
Yeah, and he became one. They get
Yeah.
one guy over. They get a guy on first. They move him over, and they'd score that run. And then their pitching, bro, like their pitching was postseason built and ready. The bullpen, these motherfuckers are probably credited for doing that. They basically had 2 closers.
Yeah, Wetland to Mariano for a year, and then
Absolutely,
Wetland was gone, and then Mariano took
bro. How
over.
could you be? You know what I mean? That's why I knew at 96. That okay, fuck it. We're gonna go here. I'm such a baseball fan that I still can't. I still have PTSD from the 96 World Series because baseball was my first love, and the Atlanta Braves were up 2-0. No National League team has not won a back-to-back World Series since the 70s Reds. Right. And I was like, oh, we're 2 up. We're about to fucking win 2 in a row. No, not yada, yada, yada. Avenging 91 and 92. Going back to Atlanta, up 2-0. Well, you know, then lost 4 straight, you know. Fucking it. I'm still not over that, dude. So, but yeah, man, why don't you reach out to him, man, and have him on?
I
Give
don't
it a
know
shot,
if he
bro.
was. I don't know if he was happy how that last stream ended. So,
But what did he expect, bro? Okay, so
I don't know. I don't think he knew that you were going to be on, or like he said in the video, maybe he wanted to just think you guys would come on and go at each other.
so yeah, it's interesting that It's interesting that he went in specifically for that, right? Because I didn't know, bro. I didn't know that you had him in a tuck. I had to go back and watch it, and then I realized, oh fuck, he might have, he might have known that it was that type. You know what I mean? And once he saw who came on, he was like, oh well, fuck it, let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
So it was never gonna work because like he came in aggressive. So it was like, all right, bro. Well, fuck you too, then. You know what I mean? And then so I mean, it was fun, it was entertaining, but looking back on it, had there could have been a cordial conversation, I guess it would have been all right. I guess.
I don't think he's ever going to have a cordial conversation with you guys, and that's just my opinion at this
Oh
point.
yeah, no, it's done.
It would have been awesome if you guys could do that, but I don't. It's not going to happen.
No,
I realized that after the show.
yeah, no, bro. Like it's he's a weenie, bro. He's straight out, bro. I mean, even his last fucking video where he takes a shot at a guy who knows he can't take a shot back. You know what I mean?
So yes,
And I didn't. That video was like, bro. See, this is why I tried to roast your punk ass because you had the opportunity to go. Like, you wanted engagement. That's what your content was based off. But you pivoted away from anybody who could have gave you shit, and you just hid behind your subscriber count. That's
so. I want to make a non-related comment here to the Great Legend Show who asked this is an Orko shirt. So yes, it is. So if you go to my video I posted today about a Skeletor being revealed for the new film, there's a link to this shirt at 80stees.com, which I could get a percentage of. They have some awesome Masters of the Universe shirts. Go check them out. But use the link in my video for the shirt if you're interested. They're actually pretty cheap. They're like $30. And it's really nice. Sorry.
nice. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. Yeah, it was never gonna go well. Hey, but you know what? It lives on, comic book community lore, bro. So it was fun. You know what I mean? You had the balls to do that, and fuck, dude. I didn't, I did never expect them to get on. I thought you just want to have a drama conversation. That was why I was nervous because I thought you were gonna ask me, hey, dude, why are you even taking? Why are you even?
No, I'm not the guy to get in people's, faces to be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'll ask a question
Oh
and be
well,
like, what's going on? What made you do this? Blah, blah. I want to try to get inside your head a little bit, maybe see what you're thinking. But I have no problem with Sticky Goose, none whatsoever. I don't think I don't know him, but I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think his intentions are bad. I think he did this for views. When
yeah,
he saw the amount of views that he could get from some of the drama he put out,
yeah. He
that's
got
what
high.
that's what the content creation is about. And
Yeah,
that's
he got
why
high on
this
it.
whole thing is there. It's about if
Yeah,
you're getting views on something, you're going to do it again. Case in point, I did a Masters of the Universe film video about some set photos of Prince Adam for the film. It blew up. And I said, I got to do another one. And now all of a sudden, every time we get news, I'm doing a video on it and it's getting huge views. So
yeah,
that's why I'm doing it. I also love it. I've loved Masters of the Universe and anything nostalgia.
yeah. See, I love talking shit, bro. See, this guy right here, I grew up with this guy, and no, not good. How you doing, Benny? This guy, I grew up with this guy, and all we did is like to this day is talk shit. Like talk shit. We don't mean it in an aggressive manner, right? And so, hey, man, that's the way my YouTube kind of mind worked. I said, do people like fucking drama and they don't want to admit it?
They
You know,
do.
hey,
I enjoy watching it. I don't like to see some of the shit that happens, but it's
uh,
must watch. It's must watch YouTube.
yeah, I just wanted to try to entertain, bro. That's all I did. And then I got high myself because I'm like, I had no fucking no. Yeah, look, like he said, you know, I built my channel off his back. You know what I mean? So, hey, we did it together, Sticky. But I did get high on watching having no subscribers. And I was like, the first video I did, I was like, motherfucker, 100 views. Damn. And I thought that was it, bro. I was like, fuck, 100 views. I was like, oh, man, you know what I mean? I kind of look a certain way, but who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing.
And then,
You're okay with building your channel on something like that. That's the thing. Are
oh,
you okay with kind of taking advantage of taking advantage is not the right word, but to be using that type of content to grow your channel?
oh no, that's what it was, bro. That's why I never got mad when you know what I mean. I loved it. He said that good because that's exactly what it was. I don't really hide from it, but I know comic books, so at the end of the day, I could kind of pivot. You know what I mean? And I know people like drama, so like I can't always have these interviews like this. There's only a few more guys I could talk to about um, in the drama mindset. See, you're not right, not like
I'm not.
Not like that. Not like that. I don't think you're the type of guy. Somebody takes a shot at you. I don't know if you would be like, "Hey, hold on, dude. You know what? Let me." I don't know, right? I don't get that sense.
So I've thought about this because I've actually said, what, if I put out a video of these comic community news and somebody comes back at me, how am I going to respond? Because I'm always trying to be ahead of everybody else with certain things. So I have something planned if somebody ever came back at me of what I would do. And it's like a skit. It's another skit basically. So like, I'm not the person that's like, I'm not doing it to make fun of anybody. I'm kind of just taking clips that you guys put out in the YouTube and kind of showing everybody what's been going on. That's all I do. I don't, I don't egg anybody on. I'm just putting your stuff out there.
No, it's a nod.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, it's a fucking nod. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, hey,
And what
like
makes it
you do
even
it
worse is that I dress up as a woman to do it.
right. You do it as a skit. To me, it's like it
Yeah.
says you're watching the community and you're just commentating on the drama. You're not inviting it to you.
No.
You know what I mean? That's when
But
I saw your videos. Like, oh, that's cool. That means you're watching a lot, and that's cool because at the end of the day, I mean, we all want to watch each other, and we all want people to watch our shit, no matter how good or bad they think it is. And if they come back, awesome, bro. And if they don't, then fuck. Oh well.
well, let me ask you a question. I'll pose this question to the chat. Who is your favorite comic book YouTuber? And the chat as well. Like, who do
Oh,
you find yourself watching the most, or like anytime they put out a video, you got to watch it?
oh, my goat is Jim Comics.
Jim Comics?
Jim Comics from
I've
Canada.
never even heard of him.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know
that's
half
my
of the
goat,
stuff.
bro. Yeah, that's my
I,
goat. Like, I've had small conversations with him with the sticky shit. He's whatever, right. But that's my goat.
I got to check him out.
Yeah, he's been around. I know my whole lineage, bro, to YouTube, my YouTube tree. Who I go back to like John Schnepp, rest in peace, man. He was on some YouTubers called Collider. They did movie reviews. Comic Book Girl 19. And then this guy that does Predator. My kids. I'm sorry. And so wait, hold on. You mind just for a second? Take over. Plug your show, bro. Yeah.
You don't need to ask me twice. All right. So again, I'm gonna pose that question in the chat. You don't have to say me, but like, who do you guys watch like consistently? Whenever they put out a video, who is the person that says, you know what, I gotta watch this. I want to listen to it. Put it in the chat. The Great Legend Star says, for comic book YouTube, it is the immortal Biggie Shaq, followed by SNMC seeking NM Comics. I know who Biggie Shaq is. I don't know who the other person is. I watch Jesus videos more. Awesome. Say a prayer for me, brother. Comic Tom. Lisa Noble, what's going on? Comic Tom. Obviously, Tom is, in my opinion, I said it before, his just watching or listening is such an easy watch or listen for anybody new to comics or someone who's been in the game for a long time.
Comic Tom.
Yeah, he's very easy because everything's spilled out for you, nice and easy, and it's entertaining.
Yeah, I learned. Is that your goat? Is that
No, that was Lisa's goat.
Oh, Lisa. Oh, okay. Do you have like your number one?
Yeah, me. No question. I watch my shit more than I watch anyone else's shit. And that's only
bro.
And that's only because I'm a perfectionist and I need to make sure that every time I put out a video, I'm getting better. But if I just have to say anybody besides me, I don't watch Tom that much. I do watch him every once in a while to see what he's doing because I think he does it so well. I think Swaggle Haas is right now, he's probably the best of us because while most of his videos are giving information, he does do some stuff where he goes to conventions, talks to dealers, he walks around talking about stuff. So not everything's the same. There are some videos he puts out that kind of don't interest me, but a lot of them he does. So like I enjoy watching him very much. Very eloquent speaker as well. Comic wise, I don't really watch too many things. I have to say, I'll listen to Brian's show, McClay, be on Wednesdays. I don't ever get to see it live, unfortunately, because I'm in bed usually.
Right.
But I'll listen. I have like an hour drive to work, so like I listen to him in the mornings just to see what what's going on, the interesting that I miss.
I love the drama segment on that one because he does a wide range, and he's had some good segments with that shit. Man, I watch everybody, bro. I don't even know if he's my favorite. Tom, yeah, bro. I learned a lot from Tom. A lot of the lingo, the digging in the wild. I remember when I was still on Facebook, and I remember finding Hawkeye #9 second print. And I put it in that Facebook group, and I said, "Oh man, I saw it on Tom, bro." They like this was like, dude, they were like all upset that how could I watch Tom and this and that. I'm like, what the?
I don't get why people get upset with that. The one thing I want to say in the chat is like a couple people put in like New York Warriors. They don't put out videos anymore. I used to love watching them as well. Those guys. Same with what's the dude's name? He was big into the drama. Why am I freaking forgetting his name? Thorough. Yes. I used to listen to him all the time. Yeah. And not just for the drama, but for other stuff that was going on. Biggie Shaq said comic at 84. Dude, I haven't seen him put out a video in forever, but I used to listen to him all the time as well years ago. Yeah. So MJ is another one. Like when he has an interview, I'll watch it. I saw his Skeleton Key video last week. I don't get to watch him live because he's on later because I know he's on in the UK. So he tries to do it by our time, but I'm never awake.
My type right now, who I watch I'm biased, so it'd be Biggie Shaq, Beyond Wednesday. Biggie Shaq, Beyond Wednesday, Circumstance, Razor.
I listen to Circumstances once in a while.
Comic Journey.
Again, he's another guy. He hasn't put out a video either. I'll listen to one. I can't listen to the 9-hour streams that he does.
Oh no, no, yeah. No, yeah, I would always watch the replay. It's like before I joined the Whisper Cell, I'd be on my iPad listening to Journey or anybody I couldn't catch, right?
The one thing I'll say about Tom is, and I reached out to him a couple of times about doing something together because I think it would be really fun for two guys who cover that list to kind of do it together, and I thought it'd be such an amazing show. But he never answered me. That's the one guy I wish he would kind of do more stuff with the rest of us, because I think he has such great outreach. He doesn't know the power he has right now within comics to kind of like, and he has no obligation to help anybody, but just to like kind of like outreach to everybody out there to say, because he does have some hate, which I don't understand from people, but like imagine him like doing
Sorry, who?
Tom.
Tom?
I would like him to like, he's done some interviews and stuff. I know he went on Sticky's channel, went on MJ's channel, but like I would love to see him do like a segment of one of his videos with other members of the community. I think that would be freaking awesome.
He looks shy, bro. He looks like he'd be shy, like outside of. It looks like he's real comfortable doing this shit.
Oh, he's very comfortable. He's very entertaining. That's why I think like how great it would be if you would you see Tom do the Hot 10 with somebody you wouldn't think ever to be able to do that show with him. How awesome would that be?
That's
like MJ. Let MJ go on that show and do the Hot 10 with him. How awesome would that be?
That's why I like when you went on with Razor, because who would have thunk it? Who would have saw that? I do think the community should mingle more with each other. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't see it because I think it's different personalities, bro. Like that's why I like Biggie Shaq, bro, because Biggie Shaq is gonna hop on live. He's gonna shoot the shit, talk whatever, talk comics. It's all comic related. It's like grassroots. It's like more friendly environment. You can go on there, you can shoot the shit, and it's a lot of community based drama-ish conversation. They're hanging out. You know what I mean? It's like if you're at school and you're in the bathroom, you're smoking a joint, you're just talking about fucking whatever, dude. And then there's your type of content, and there's the top 10 focus content. I watch that a lot because I like
it feels like everybody's got a top 10. I got 2 of them, for God's sake.
I know. See, I don't know. I don't think I'm not a top 10. I don't think I could do that. You know what I mean? That type of content. And so I like more the breakdown of comic book content, and I haven't seen that in a while.
Of an actual book.
Yeah, like how I said War of the Realms, which I think was the last. What would you call that, dude? Big event type of book, the last good one, and it was fucking entertaining, bro. And it had tie-ins, bro. And there's just one tie-in called with the Punisher crew, bro. And it's fucking look at this team up. It's Punisher, Juggernaut, and I believe a messed up Legion, a telepath. And they're on flying fucking goats. It's because the frost giants have invaded New York. So they're protecting the ground. They're protecting the people. And this one little girl loses her parents. And so she's riding. Bro, it's fucking think about that. The Juggernaut, Punisher, and I believe it's Legion. So you got a telepath, which is alpha. He's an alpha omega mutant. You got Juggernaut, who come on, it's Juggernaut, and then you got murdering ass fucking vigilante from Frank Castle, and they're just massacre. They're just destroying fucking ice giants. This is dope. You know what I mean? But I don't know if there's an audience for long.
So I tried doing something like that years ago about like taking like classic books and going through the pages and kind of showing you the interior and talk about the story, and it got no views. Disappointing, because I thought the video was awesome. Nobody watched it.
Yeah, I worried about that when my crashing out on fucking Hickory Dickory. It's like, damn, what if nobody watches this shit? Then what? You know what I mean? I was like, damn, what if he goes back and nobody watches this shit?
It sucks because there are times you put so much effort into a video and you watching it and you think it's awesome, and then nobody fucking watches it. It's terrible.
My favorite video, it doesn't have that many views, and my whisper show, as I like to say, got it. And the idea came from, I wasn't going to use, see, I just used it on Sticky because it was just the easiest thing to do. But I wanted to do it with, and I haven't said this like out loud like this, but I wanted to do it with Razor and Circumstances and me, all three talking to each other because they have their thing. And me trying to mend fences, me trying to, you know what I mean? Hey, man, come on. Like this is where my mind goes, bro. And it was in like the Terradome astral plane. And I was going to get some, like some dolls and talk to each other, try to like, hey, bro, like, just
Like
try to,
ventriloquism?
huh?
Like ventriloquism?
No, no, I was just gonna have two dogs. Like, hey, Marcus, how you doing? Hey, Razor, hey, what's up? Hey, guys, come on, man, can we be buddies? Blah blah blah. I had this whole thing, and I just didn't have the balls to do it because I respect those two dudes. So I was like, you know what I mean? And I
Have you
just did it on sticky, and I just did the chair. I just left the chair there.
I think anybody who could do
I just
impressions probably has
did
a
it.
good future in YouTube.
Huh?
Anybody who could do impressions, like if you could imitate somebody else, probably has a great shot of doing well on YouTube. I
I
always said that. Like,
I could have done maybe do circumstance. That sounded weird, and I can't do Razor. I can't even do his laugh. Can't do the homie's laugh. I couldn't have done that, and I can't do accents. Yeah, yeah,
Razor's got a very specific laugh. It's pretty funny.
yeah. He
He's one
does.
of the people, like when he laughs, you laugh like that. Like when somebody laughs that way, you have to chuckle.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a good shtick. You know what I mean? And he uses it. You know what I mean? So hey, but I couldn't pull. I didn't want to pull it off, bro.
So you got me for about 20 minutes. Then I get
Yeah, yeah,
headed
yeah.
on. Any more questions you want to ask me?
No, I'm good, bro. It was, you know what I mean. I think we covered. I think we covered the really the only drama question I could really ask you was what your intentions were with that. That's clear. It was what that was. Would any of us come on? I just do think it's funny that you know what I mean. I brought him out. So Daniel, if you're watching, you know what I mean. If I wonder if I don't pop, nah, he could have been waiting for me. Razor could have been anybody, anybody, and maybe he come.
So how about what happens if like you guys didn't come on? You think he still would have came on?
No, absolutely
Because
not.
this,
Come on, bro, I was in your live when he called you. Come on, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I had sent him that link way before the show, so he said send me the link. So I wasn't sure if he was gonna come on. So I just wonder myself now if you guys didn't actually come on the show, would he still have come on? And I would, like I said, I would love to have a conversation with him. I don't know if he would have been open with me, being it was live, but
I don't think he would have came on, bro. I think the thumbnail said it all, and that's why you know what I mean. I popped on because I sent something in the force, bro. There was like a disturbance. Like, wait a minute, I know what he is. He really asking for like a type of engagement, type of drama scenario? And that's why I popped on. I figured if any, because I watch your shit, you know what I mean. So I figured, okay, if I come on, I don't know what else we could have talked about, but just maybe a conversation on nostalgia, shit like that. But it was what it was. But I don't know. I would say no because he's a dick. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because he would have said, "Oh, you just wanted me." He would have just flipped it on you for your views, but you got more subscribers than him. But I do have, you know what? And I tried.
I didn't for a while. He was destroying me. My channel has taken off within like the past 4 or 5 months. Like it's growing very rapidly because of the other things that I'm doing, not related to comics.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because bro, you just had a good little spurt there.
No, it's like literally the past 2 months, like three or 4,000
Yeah,
subs.
yeah. You know what?
Because
Sorry, go
people
ahead.
love nostalgia, man. You talk about stuff that people like nobody else is talking about, like the He-Man movie that's coming out. Like all of a sudden in 2 weeks, I have like two videos each hitting 100,000 views. So that's really what it is.
Yeah. Do you So all right, before maybe we open it up to anybody. I don't know if you're okay with that.
Yeah, go ahead, go.
Yeah. So what do you think about this promotion shit, bro? What do you been thinking about?
So I said this to Razor when I was on Razor show. I said I promoted 2 videos. I promoted that comic book community news video, and my thought process with that was that at the time, I wanted to kind of get that video out to people who weren't watching comics and saying, "What the fuck is this idiot doing?" Because the thumbnail is me as a man and me as a woman, so it's like get other people to click on it and see what the hell's going on. And honestly, it really didn't do anything. The other video I promoted was the top 5 I was doing for my LCS Zap Comics because I wanted to help them out. So the one thing it does is get you views on that video, and it gets you subs from that video who are interested in that content, but it doesn't help you channel out it ever. So I wouldn't recommend doing it because it actually, after I did that, the views on my other videos that I do consistently dropped. So I would not do it. If you want to do it once to see like how it is, go for it. But after that, it starts to hurt the other videos that you start putting out. It took me a while to kind of get going again with other stuff where the views start picking back up.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think on the last show, I that's dude. No, I just do this for fun, bro. It's more community based for me, right? It's awesome to just hang out with dudes just chopping up comics, toys, nostalgia, 80s, sports, whatever. It's like an ecosystem, bro. It's like it's cool. It
If
reminds
you,
me of Xbox Live because dude, for years I did Xbox Live, bro, FIFA specifically. So it was like another ecosystem with just four guys. I've been in New York. I've traveled for work, right, before, and I've been in New York, and I met my FIFA buddy. Like literally across the street, it was this little park basketball, like typical New York, and it said Hell's Kitchen, literally. And Daredevil, I'm like, oh fuck, Daredevil's territory. We had some good Ecuadorian food, and so that you know what I mean. That's what this is, bro. And it's fun, dude. And I've met good people in it, man. And so, you know, I mean, if you're okay, I mean, I don't know. I could put the link. We will watch any trolls, but see, I knew we'd have a safe environment.
yeah, like I said, you got me for 15 minutes, then I got to rock and roll.
Guy, I want to see this guy right here. I want to shoot the shit. Where's he at? Hold on, this fucking guy right here. Sorry, my glass. Yeah, this guy is battle content ready.
Are you gonna have him on? Because I saw you guys. I know you guys are going. Him and Razor are going back and forth at each other.
Oh, I don't know. I'll put the link. Pineapple. No, I'm sorry. Order 66. Order 66. Can you put the link in the chat? Well, I remember how to do it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a noob, bro. I could barely. Bro, I just learned how to use my computer. I was forced to learn how to use a computer at work. I've been like a supervisor hydroblaster for years, traveling the country, hydroblasting refineries. You know what I mean? And so this job that I got, I literally got fucking put on a computer, bro. And I tell you what, when you go to like doing labor and you just thrust it on a computer, it could suck.
It's hard when you don't know what you're doing. Like the one thing I'll say about YouTube is that it's taught me how to use so many different programs. Like I had to learn to kind of edit videos and do whatever. So like, it's a good thing though, because what learning something new to kind of get to the end game is what you want.
I learned from I learned how to edit really from Circumstance. He taught me this shit called iMovie.
Yeah.
My phone. It was on my phone, and then I learned this guy. Is this guy?
That's always his first comment. Are you live?
That has to be. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Journey. If I'm gonna put the link in the chat, because of you, I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. My center. Let me see. Oh no, hold on. Hold on 1 second.
It's not that hard. If you're using like a program like iMovie, it's very, very simple. When you start going to like Final Cut Pro and stuff like that, it gets a little bit harder.
Yeah,
but most people use like CapCut, stuff like that. It is relatively easy as well.
I couldn't what you call it do hold on.
What are you trying to do?
Put the link in the chat. Hold on.
I saw it already. You did it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, well, there it is. Yeah. So if anybody wants to hop on it, we will watch trolls. But yeah, so and I learned how to edit, and then I learned how to do the clips. And dude, I just got like hooked for it. You know what I mean? I got hooked. So when I was in my own mind clapping back at fucking Daniel, bro, and he did the troll one, I was like, yes, because I had at that point kind of like got it. And I was like, oh man, you know what I mean? It's like, oh fuck, if he, whatever, you know what I mean? And then I could just blah blah. It was fun. Daniel. Hey, it is what it is, dude. One day, bro. Maybe one day, we'll engage again. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said, invite him on the channel. See what all he could do is say no.
nah. What will we talk about, bro? I don't
Just
under. I
yell
don't.
at each other like you did on my channel.
Nobody wants to see that, bro. You know, let's be real.
Bullshit, dude. Everybody wants to see like
Let's be.
I didn't get a lot of views because I don't get a lot of views on live videos, but like I still get comments every once in a while on it, like this is awesome, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Mhm.
it wasn't
Yeah.
that awesome.
I mean, how else was it gonna go, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could have let us just fucking sit there and yell at each other. Maybe with those.
If I didn't feel like I was like could get my channel shut down, I would have let you guys go.
No,
But
I would have never. He's a crash out, but not that. Like I would have never ever done anything to take your channel down, and I don't think he would have either. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he would want to.
I'm not even I wasn't even going to chance it. You I don't know. You don't seem like I don't think he would either. But at the same time, I wasn't willing to take that risk. Someone else wants to set up something and do that, and whatever. I'll gladly referee it and let you guys go at it. Just not on my channel.
I got jargon, bro. Like I can roast. I'm not the prettiest dude in the room, bro, but I got heat. I've watched fucking everybody. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, dude. You know, if it ever came to it, I'd be ready for anybody, right? But I generally love the community too much, bro. I really this community, bro. It's like I'm able to hang out with people. I'm able to get on stream. I'm able to talk comics. You know what I mean? Hold on. Oh, we got this guy.
I don't know what that is. You two stand up people from
Yeah, this
that's
dude's a troll.
That's terrible comment. I'll tell you that. After what
But
just happened there.
that's an interesting comment. Yeah, I like fucking with these trolls, but that's my thing. You know what I mean. But yeah, you know what? I got off topic because you know this guy right here. I want to debate this guy, bro.
Circumstances.
Comics. I was saying before I lost concentration. What the fuck, dude? He no, there's spam in the chat. He Matt, if you're Mark, if you're there, bro, you've been trolling Marvel a little bit too much, bro. You've been trolling him a little bit too much. You know, you know the trailer to fucking
Fantastic Four.
where Thing carries the right fucking this guy gets Instagram and says basically they're ripping off Marvel's ripping off DC.
The one thing I want to say about this is like DC better hope Superman is hits because there's a couple of things I'm not liking about what I'm seeing so far. Like obviously when the first trailer hit, like everybody went nuts for crypto, but you have to understand that like not everybody out there in the world outside us comic people know anything about that. So are they really going to be as excited as we are? No. So like they have to be very careful. And I think a lot of people who go to see these movies are still older people that remember Christopher Reeve and those awesome movies. So they better hope this hits. I also hear that the Batman 2 might get canceled. I don't know if you heard that. That would be a freaking disaster because James Gunn's Batman is not going to be dark Batman. He's going to be a lighter Batman. I'm calling it now. And I don't think that's going to go over well.
Yeah. Hey. What up, Biggie?
What's up?
What up, guys?
Biggie. Mighty Comics, Biggie.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I thought this was a fun interview, you know. It's interesting when you see people live and you do an interview, and I think I caught a little. Was you on MJ's before or Journeys?
I was on MJ's a long time ago.
Yeah. So I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've heard you say like you're interested in doing other content. I was kind of interested in if you had said that or what that might be.
So like I would love to do. Like you're talking about comic related or other things related?
On just YouTube. I think that's what you said. Like you were thinking about. Okay.
I'm like right now on my channel, we're strictly, you know, 80s, 90s nostalgia. So we're, you know, anything from toys to comics to any type of collectible, original art, you know, you name it. But like I said, I've thought about starting like a football podcast, stuff like that, because that's something I know a lot about. So stuff like that. Yeah, I want to do like entertainment of some sort. I would love it.
Nice. No, I just wanted to come in and say hi. I think that the link at the end of the show is fun, and I thought I'd come in and just
Say hi.
spice it up a little bit. He had someone come in and say hi, and I think that that's what's beautiful about every YouTube channel is like we all have our own ways of handling our content, and
Correct.
like some people like to collect certain ways, some people like to collect other ways, some people like to do other YouTube. So I'm not going to come on here and be like, oh, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. I'm trying to be more mature in my life, trying to be more regular. So
100%. Everybody's different. Everybody has different goals. So like, that's it. Like that's the thing. I think that's what some people forget, especially on the whole drama side of things, is that not everybody's like everybody else, and everybody wants to do something like everybody else. So that's a hard thing in this community because it seems like everybody's in their own pocket and they don't want to get outside that pocket.
Right. So that's about it, man. I just wanted to meet you and say hi, and I was just interested in that. So just kind of more like pop culture-y. Is that what you were kind of saying? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I do arcade videos that I've got some good views on, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. When you were playing Mike Tyson, bro, that was pretty.
Yeah, cool. I was so bored. I'm like, you know what? I haven't gotten on live on Instagram in like forever. Like, let me just go on and like see who's on and wants to chat. Like that's what like we talked about before about going live and just hanging out. Like that's what it was.
Is it hard to come up with new constant? I can't come up with new content in the comic book YouTube space.
It is. It's really hard, man. Once you come up with something that's good, that's the thing. Like you keep doing it. Hopefully people become interested in it. That's what I think Tom does the best. He's come up with 2 videos that people have interested in. One is that trending list is all the books right now that have a little spec behind them. And then that hot 10, that the same thing that I do is just like books that the basis behind it is they had a bunch of different sales that occurred that week prior that were over the average of the year. So that's the basis of the list. So, when you come up with something good like that, it really helps your channel. Like I'm trying to do that with my top 10 runners up list. And I love it because there's so much shit that I didn't know that pops up every week on these obscure books. So I love doing it, but not a lot of views on it right now. But I hope to keep doing it because I do like it.
Mm. Well, I think I'll get out of y'all's hair, man. I just wanted to say hi. Thank you.
Good seeing you, bud. Thank you for popping on.
Nice seeing you, Mighty. I'll catch y'all later, dude.
All right, bro.
Take care.
How much time you got left?
Like 3 minutes.
All right, well, we can wrap up, bro. I mean, thank you for coming on. I mean, it was awesome of you, bro. And I wish there was more of this, bro. Like, I'll say it again. When you went on with Razor, shows a lot because I think that some people get snooty with their sub count. It's like they don't want to mingle with the low levels, or you know what I mean. And I think that kind of sucks if we're all in the same space, right? And I think the community is one big bubble, bro, and we can all coexist. And there doesn't have to be any type of bickering, because it is lame.
But I agree. But here's the thing: like the one thing people have to understand is like depends what the conversation is. If the conversation is going in a certain direction and you don't want your channel to be a part of that, I totally get it. The conversation when I jumped on Razors, like we're just having a fun conversation about comics or whatever. So like I have no problem going on anybody's channel and just kind of BSing about comics. We talked about Garbage Pail Kids because I know he's a GPK guy like I am. So like that's totally fun. I like talking about that stuff. Just like if I came on here, we talked about He-Man for an hour, I could do that.
Oh, dude, I could have, because I didn't. Like, I could have just went on. Tell me what your favorite episode is. I kind of wanted
that,
to just
that would be impossible because there's just so many,
right? Or the Thundercats or Silverhawk, bro. But but I appreciate it, bro, and thank you for coming on. And,
anytime, man.
And this is this is Mighty Comics and Collectibles. It's Darth Lopez, and remember, it is what it is. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, I think it's. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's outro.
Hit that button, like